Okay, Parshas Vayelech and Yom Kippur coming up. So, say a person did something wrong to another person. What we learned when we were kids is we need to apologize. But sometimes saying sorry doesn't seem to work at all. And the question that I pose to you is, what makes an effective apology? If you do something wrong to another person, what differentiates a good apology from one that's not so good? You want ultimately the goal of the apology to make it that it repairs the relationship between you and that person, that they forgive you. So, what makes a good apology? What accomplishes that goal more effectively? And I think it could be summed up as follows. If a person goes over to his friend, he did something wrong to him, and he says, look, I want to start by saying I recognize what I did wrong. Say a common example, a person spoke somewhat chutzpahedically to their parents. Parents are pretty upset at them right now. They lost it for a second. Person says to his parents, look, I want to start by saying, well, let's go with the flip side first. Person comes up to his parents, wants to get over it already. Come on, let's just be done with this fight already. And anyway, there's some things that I want from my parents, so it's not good if we're in a fight right now. So he goes over to his parents and he says, look, I'm sorry. Let's forget about it. I don't know. If it was really chutzpahdik, that might not help. Parents might feel like, thank you for saying sorry, but sorry doesn't cut it. That's option A. Sorry. Option B. Mom, Dad, I recognize what I did was rash. I wasn't thinking. I said something chutzpahdik to you, and you don't deserve that. You do so much for me. I should be respecting you. And not only didn't I respect you, I did the opposite. It was like a disgrace what I said to you. I want you to know I feel really bad right now about what I did. Still right now, even though it's an hour later. It's the next day, whenever it is. I feel really bad about what I said. I wish I could take it back. And lastly, I want you to know, Mom and Dad, I'm not going to do it again. I recognize how bad it was, as I mentioned. I see and feel how bad I feel right now for what I did. I've learned my lesson. I'm not going to do it again. Those three components come together to create an effective apology. And really, those three components can be summed up as past, present, and future. I recognize what I did in the past. I'm looking to the past. I'm analyzing it. I'm dissecting it. Not only didn't I respect you, I disgraced you with what I said. I wasn't thinking. It was wrong. It was inappropriate. I'm really thinking about what I did in the past, really contemplating it and understanding it, and then expressing to you how much I understand what I did was not the right thing to do. It was wrong. Present, right now I'm feeling so bad about it. I'm feeling so bad. It hurts so much inside because of what I said, what I did. Right now it's hurting me. Present and future. I'm not going to do it anymore. Both the past and present that I just mentioned prove that, or at least lend evidence to that. I'm not going to do it again because I recognize the past. I feel it in the present, and therefore I'm not going to do it again in the future. I'm going to learn my lesson. You'll see. You speak like that to your parents, there's a much, but still no guarantee, but there's a much better chance you're going to get apology accepted. That's pretty mature of you. And it's like that with any two people. Somebody does something wrong to another person, whatever the relationship is. You can repair the relationship, because you know what a person really wants ultimately when someone's apologizing to them? Some sense of confidence, you learned your lesson and you'll never do it again. If it just seems like, sorry, and you're going to do it again, It doesn't really do much. So that past and present discussion, all the aspects of it that I realize happened in the past, all the bad parts to it, I can speak out a list of all the bad parts of what was involved. In present, how I'm feeling about it, how bad I feel, that gives that confidence that I won't do it in the future. And really, that's tshuva. 3 main components of tshuva. Vidui, admitting what you did in the past. It's not just, I did the Avera. Yeah, okay, that's intrinsically what vidui is, true. But an enhanced vidui is speaking out. What did I do? What did it cause? An admission, a recognition of what I did with my Avera. Could be ben adam l'chavero, and there's an apology to the friend, and there's tshuva to Hashem for that. Could be ben adam l'makom, recognizing what I did. I brought Tumun to the world. It's an Avera. I didn't have self-control. Usually not having self-control makes it harder to have self-control the next time. So it creates a vicious cycle. I spoke Lashon Hara, recognizing the harm that it caused that person. And even if it seemed to not cause that person any harm, didn't seem to spread around, still an Avera. What kind of tumah did I bring to the world? How did I misuse the mouth that you gave me? That's something which could be and should be used for such amazing, awesome things, and instead I used it for bad. That's the past, vidui. Then there's the present charata. I feel so bad right now about what I did. It's bothering me. It's hurting me inside. I'm ashamed of what I did. It's a painful feeling, and that's the present charata. And lastly, Kabbalah la'asid. I accept right now, I'm not going to do it again. With your help, Hashem. Obviously, we're not perfect. Hashem only expects us to try our best. Rav Hutner tells us, Sheva Yipol Tzadik V'Kam. Famous Rav Hutner on that idea. It's not that the tzaddik is so great because he gets up. What part of what makes the tzaddik is the Sheva Yipol Tzadik V'Kam. He falls plenty of times, but he keeps getting up and growing and learning from his experiences. Like Reb Tzvi says over in the beginning of this man and from the Chassam Sofer, what does it mean to be roa es hanolad? Chacham is roa es hanolad. Nolad has 2 meanings in the Gemara. We know that from different Mishnayos and Gemaras. Nolad could mean what was born already, and nolad could mean the future. Same word could mean 2 opposite things, and you have that in Hebrew. Chacham is roas hanolad. That means he looks at the past, the nolad, and through that he learns what the future will bring. Meaning he learns his lessons, and thereby learns what to do and what not to do in the future from the past. The nolad instructs him on the nolad, how to act in the future. When we recognize our past through an appropriate vidu and really think about the averos that we did, how we wronged other people, and we recognize how wrong it was, and the different aspects of destruction it might have caused, the different ways in which we didn't control ourselves, and maybe the different environments we put ourselves in that then led to the avera. Maybe not even just the avera itself, but what environment was I in that then led to being so hard for me to not control myself, and then that led to the avera. All that past work. And then the present work. I really feel so bad about it. And then the future, then comes an appropriate, Hashem, I'm going to try my best. I may still stumble, but with your help, I'm going to try my best to work harder and harder, Kabbalah al-Asid, to not do it again. That's an appropriate apology, and that's an appropriate tshuva. In fact, in Yom Kippur davening, there's one place in the tefillah where we say, Hashem, we daven, Yehi Ratzon Hashem, please, we should not be chotei anymore. Person should have in mind, this is my Kabbalah al-Asid when I'm saying these words. I'm being makabel to try extra hard to never do these averos again, so that you have the vidui, which you have plenty in the Yom Kippur davening in the text. You have the charata, I'm filled with shame and embarrassment, and then the Kabbalah al-Asid, it's not so clear where it is in the davening. At the very end, you say, Hashem, please help me that I should never be chotei again, meaning I'm going to put my effort into it. I'm makabel al-Asid that I'm not going to be chotei again. Person should have that in mind for Yom Kippur davening. That's an effective apology, and that's an effective tshuva. So how do we bring ourselves feel it? What is it like to be chote? What's a good mashal for a person who's chote against the Ribono Shel Olam? So one could say, imagine you're in shul. It's your turn to get an aliyah. And somebody else takes your aliyah. Pretty upset. And you get really upset at this guy. You're going to scream at him in front of the whole shul, right? As soon as he finishes his bracha, how dare you take my aliyah? Now imagine that person who took your aliyah was the Hatzalah guy who just saved your life from a heart attack with CPR a month ago. He's up there, just took your aliyah. So, still going to scream at him? Well, let's say this guy is. Say he's still so upset, he's not thinking about last month. Was last month, this month is this month. He took my aliyah. The guy finishes the bracha, and he screams at him and embarrasses him in front of the whole shul. Guy turns red, leaves. He shouldn't have taken my aliyah. But that's what it's like. Ribono Shel Olam gives us life. Like we've discussed before. You close your eyes and ears and just listen, you hear your heart beat every second. It's giving us life. But you know the mushel's not really so good. Because really the mashal should be that it's not that the guy saved your life a month ago. It's the guy took your aliyah. And at that moment that you're about to start screaming at him, this person who's about to scream and get all angry, he collapses on the floor from a heart attack, right in the middle of shul. And the Hatzalah member who just took his aliyah comes and runs over to him. And he starts chest compressions and he's saving his life, CPR. And as he's doing the chest compressions and the blood's pumping through his body and he's looking up at the person doing the chest compressions, he sees the guy who took his aliyah. He screams at him, you, and he like faints, took, as the chest compressions are going, my aliyah. And the guy's like, what? And he like gets startled and stops the chest compressions and is like, doo. And he's like, oh, whoops. And he keeps going. That's what it's like. Because the Ribono Shel Olam is giving us life right now, every second. And we throw it back in his face. We sin, we're chote. So we have to be mezaris ourselves. That's serious to be chote. But at the same time, that has to be balanced. Especially in our door. There's no one, certainly that I know of or have ever heard of, who's being chote because they want to fight with the Ribono Shel Olam. Because they want to give it to the Ribono. No. Even people that I've ever experienced who are angry at Hashem, denying Hashem, it's all coming from pain on the inside, from taiva, desires, either to make themselves feel better or to get pleasure. That's where it's all coming from. It's all litei avon. And therefore we daven to Hashem, even though there's truth to that mashal, it's really not who we are. We just lose ourselves in the mirages of this world. So that's the rachamim we ask for Yom Kippur. We ask for rachamim that see that it's not coming with any level of intention to be chote. And that's part of what we recognize in the past. Like I said before, what did I do that put me in the position that then it was so hard to control myself from giving into that taiva? I feel so bad about it, past, present, future. I'm going to make sure not just not to do the affair anymore. Because I recognize the past, I'm going to make sure not to get into that environment anymore. I won't be around those people. I won't be around that device. I won't be in the positions, in the environments where it could cause me to do an avera. I won't go to that place. That's how we take our past, feel it in the present, and we grow and improve for the future through tshuva. It's also a good way to actually apologize to other people if you've wronged them. Keep in mind the past, present, and future structure. The last thing that I'll share with you is Ribono Shalom Kiviyachol is in Galus with us. Big thing Rabbi Victor Miller's Zatzal used to talk about is for a person every day, even if it's just for a very short time, to feel that we don't have a Beis Hamikdash right now. Ribono Shalom Kiviyachol is feeling it. He's in Galus, whatever that means. He has no home. Baruch Hashem, we're blessed. We all have homes. Some of us might want another bedroom in our home. Some of us might want a bigger home like he has or whatever. But we all have roofs over our head. Such a bracha. It's not something to take for granted. Ribono Shalom Kiviyachol doesn't. You know exactly what that means. The Shekhinah being in Galus. Do we feel that at all? We want the Ribono Shalom to see how difficult it is for us to, so to speak, feel our pain that we've sinned and we want forgiveness and we want kapara. Do we feel just a little bit, whatever it means, the Ribono Shalom's pain of being in Galus? Kiviyachol. At the end of every single Shmona Esrei you daven, you say Yehi Ratzon. Shibana Beis Hamikdash Meher V'Amenu Sechalkenu B'Sarasech Sham Na'avadcha B'Yira Kimei Olam Chashanim Kamoniyos. Kimei Olam Chashanim Kamoniyos, referring to the destruction of the Mishkan and the Batei Mikdashos. Right there, we're talking about rebuilding the Beis Hamikdash. It's the last words we say in our Shmona Esrei right before we take our 3 steps forward and finally exit the Shmona Esrei. Right there, as you're saying that Yehi Ratzon, pause for 2 seconds. 1, 2. That's it. That's all it takes. You want to do 5, 10 seconds? Beautiful. That's all it takes. And you all can do it. You all can right now. Some of you maybe need to close your eyes and do it if you need to. Some of you can do it with your eyes open right now. It depends on the koach of your imagination. Picture the kosel. There are so many pictures and paintings of it all around. Many or most, maybe most of you have actually been to the kosel. But we all have seen paintings and pictures all over the place of it. Some of them from high up so you can see the whole Har HaBayis on top of it. You can all picture it. Picture for a second. Try it right now. If you need to close your eyes for 2 seconds, close your eyes. Picture that there's something missing there. That instead of what should be there, there's something that should not be there. In a way, the opposite of what should be there. What a disgrace. What a Galus for the Shekhinah. We're missing something so central, something so basic. It's not there. He's homeless, Kiviyachol. Hashem, where's your throne? Just for a couple seconds, picture it and just feel for a second, we're missing something. At the end of every Shmona Esrei, what is schus? That you're literally feeling the Churban Beis Hamikdash 3 times a day. Even if it's just for a second or 2. And if you don't want to wait until the next Shemona Esrei because you'll forget, do it now. Do it after. Do it before you go to sleep at night. It doesn't have to be for more than 2 seconds because you felt it. You connected to it. Mirz Hashem, through us, taking tshuva seriously while recognizing the rachamim of Hashem, all goes together. Apologizing karoi, doing tshuva karoi, past, present, future, as we discussed. And recognizing the Ribono Shalom Kiviyachol's pain and being in Galus, just for a few seconds a day. Through that, it will be a tremendous chus for us that will come to this Yom Kippur, all of us together with a Gemar Chasima Tova, and the Ribono Shalom will see our true deep intentions for good and for closeness to Him. That is what this time of Aseres Yemei Tshuva and ultimately culminating Yom Kippur is all about. Kurva El Hashem, getting closer and closer, starting with Elul and culminating at Yom Kippur. And Mirz Hashem, Yom Kippur will be a tremendous day for all of us, for all of Klal Yisrael. This year already will be Zocha to celebrate with Mashiach Tzidkenu in Yerushalayim Havnuya B'Meir B'Yameinu. Amen.